And welcome to Assembly Update. I'm Ted Flint. Joining us today, Assemblyman Michael Novikov, who serves the 45th Assembly District, which includes Kings County. Assemblyman Novikov, good to see you in session, just recently completed. I know it's been a busy week for you.
Oh yeah, good to see you, Ted. I think it's our first broadcast from the chamber, right?
Yes, it sounds good. It's immediate, and things are looking up as far as passage of a budget. We'll get to that next week. Let's start by talking about a major victory you helped to secure. You had Uzbeki singer and actress Yıldız Osmanov's entire tour canceled, not just her performance at the Kennedy Center, but the entire tour. How did you manage to pull that off?
Well, of course, with the help of the community, of course, with the help of my colleagues who signed, we got almost 40 signatures under the letter, which I sent to Secretary of State Rubio. I sent the letter to President Trump. I sent many letters. We did a press conference with our gubernatorial candidate, Bruce Blakeman. A lot of effort has been like my office was working on that issue for about a week, I would say 24/7. And but the most important is the community, is that outrage of the Jewish community, because people were demanding action. People were demanding that not only the Brooklyn concert would be canceled, which we discussed last week, but
Yeah.
all concerts of an anti-Semite and a Jew hater, Yıldız Osmanova, would be canceled in the United States, and we did it. We did it. That's amazing, but we did it. I'm not sure about her visa. We're still awaiting response from um, um, the Department of State. However, the concerts has been canceled in Brooklyn, in Washington D.C., in Trump Kennedy Center, and in
Yeah.
Chicago. More of that. It's an interesting continuation of that. That Miss Usmanova received a special gift from the ambassador of Iran in Uzbekistan.
Hmm.
They were thanking her, thanking for what? For hating Jews? That's
That's
it's
unbelievable.
unbelievable.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you, and I may have asked you this last week, but based on her comments about Israel and the Jewish people, how was she able to secure a date at the Kennedy Center? I mean,
I have no idea. I don't think people knew that. So, part of my job was to deliver that message to the authorities, to deliver that message to the performing centers, and because they perhaps they didn't know how you know how
yeah,
anti-Semitic she was and she is, because
yeah,
let me remind you that we offered her to apologize, and said that if you apologize, we're not going to proceed with the cancellations. She refused. She actually doubled down on her rhetoric. She refused to apologize, and confirmed what she said a few years ago.
now she's a big star in Uzbekistan. She's like the equivalent of like Taylor Swift here. I mean, so
Oh
and
yeah,
she and she's
she's extremely popular in the Central Asia regions,
yeah,
including Uzbekistan. She's a people's artist of Uzbekistan. Tajikistan, and another country is, as I know, she's one of the best known singers in that region in Central Asia, and it's a shame. It's a shame, and honestly, I'll be honest with you. I can't wait for a comment from the governments of these countries. I think that they should condemn that, but
right.
they're quiet so far.
They're on board. You know, it's not like she's doesn't know any better. She's been around a little bit. I guess she's 62 years old. I did a little checking on her, and she should know better.
Oh yeah, oh
One
yeah,
would think.
definitely, yes.
Let's talk about something else happened earlier this week in your district. Another anti-Israeli protest in Midwood. What was this about, and was it mostly peaceful?
Um, I wish it could be peaceful, but it wasn't. It wasn't peaceful, and just a few blocks away from my district. I was in Albany on that day. It was on Monday, so I was in session. But my team was there, and it was pretty. I mean, nothing major happened, but it
Right.
was pretty violent, and um, it's a center of the Jewish neighborhood, and the residents were in fear. Um, you know, and it's I'm sorry to say that, but the mayor is silent about it. He's not condemning it, Mayor Mamdani. I mean, and I feel like that mob, that anti-Jewish, anti-Israel, anti-Zionist, and when they're saying that, well, we're not anti-Jewish, we're anti-Zionist. Zionist and
Right.
Jewish is the same thing. So
Mhm.
they kind of created an excuse for themselves that we're not anti-Jewish, we're not anti-Semitic, we're anti-Zionist.
Right.
Zionist is the same as a Jew. Zionist is someone who is fighting for the right of for Israel to exist, for the right for the Jewish people to exist. So what's wrong with that?
Right.
Any nation want to exist, right?
Right. Sure.
Um,
Were
so
there any injuries? And nobody was injured or anything, were there?
so nobody was injured, but there were very ugly incidents there. And I apologize. I got a call on another line.
All right.
So yeah, and I have this feeling that this I apologize
That's a,
that
that's
this
a,
mob is doing it because they feel that Mayor Mamdani allows them to do that. He's not speaking that he allows them to do that,
right.
but I can't imagine anything like that happening with another mayor, and not, I can't imagine another mayor not condemning
Right.
what is happening,
I was
right?
going to ask. I was going to ask you about Mamdani's response, and what about the police? Did they show up at some point, or?
So we had 400 police officers there, and it wasn't enough. I think the police officers also feel not, they feel insecure. They feel that if something goes wrong, they can have a problem with the mayor. So
Right.
they don't feel that they're allowed to do their job, and that's terrible. That's terrible.
It's a dangerous situation too for the public. If police are not
100%. Yes.
feeling like they can protect the public, that's an issue. So they don't feel as though Mamdani has their back, in
Yes.
effect.
And the
Oh,
Mamdani is their big boss, right?
yeah.
So they feel like they they, they cannot do their job properly. That's the
Right.
problem.
All right. We know you're busy. Do we cover all the bases?
I
I know
think
you
we
got
did.
other calls. We'll let you get back to your work. Very busy, Michael Novikov. If you want to get in touch with the Assemblyman, you can do that by dialing him at his district office in Brooklyn at 718-743-4078 on location at the New York State Assembly, right in chamber. Assemblyman Michael Novikov, good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Good to see you, Ted. Thank you. See you
All right.
next week.
Thanks for joining us out there on this edition of Assembly Update. I'm Ted Flint.